Well, the aspirations of most of these people were really to be farmers, except for a small class of people who wanted to be artisans. But the great majority of people uh, who were who were employees, who were what we would consider working class people, thought that they were just in cities, or in cities or in towns, which are of course much smaller than they are now. They thought that they would be working there for just a brief period of time in order to raise a stake, get some money together, and then they would get some land and become a small farmer. At the same time, even though there was this vast expanse of land in the Americas at the expense of genocide of the native people, but what followed the military genocide were land speculators. So the system was set up, the money system and then the corporate system as that grew, it was set up so that land, the great expanse of land, fell more and more into the hands of a small class of financiers and merchants and bankers, and the working people were excluded from that land and had no way uh, of of getting those means of survival. For farming, land is one of the means of production. You certainly can't, just like from machinery in a certain industry, you can't uh, you know produce what that industry does without the means of production. So if you are trying to become a farmer, then you need land, and the system was set up so that you had more and more working people coming in. There was a constant stream of boats with more people coming to America, and they would be caught up in these eastern cities for periods of time and forced into some kind of menial employment. And it became increasingly more difficult for them to break beyond that, and that really was what they had come to America to do. Very few or no people uh, decided they were going to leave Europe or wherever they were. Most of them were in Europe, from Europe at that time. Leave Europe and come to America in order to be a wage slave in some eastern city. That was not their dream of America. But that was the dream of the people who were controlling the situation here. The elite, which were kind of became more and more of it started out as an aristocratic elite, and it became more and more of a corporate elite, of an industrialist elite, as the Industrial Revolution set in the early 19th century.